Good morning, everybody. I gotta tell you something. Today, I am so happy. All right, so my glasses that, Leah got me, I lost them for a couple of weeks, and I was so sad because I thought that I left them somewhere. And I've been wearing my other glasses with like one of the arms are broke off. And Brennan, my 10-year-old, dropped the Apple TV remote between the couches last night, and we had to move crap. And then she found my glasses. I started crying almost. I was so happy. I was so happy I got my glasses. Anyways, I'm going to go out to a brand new property that we picked up. Woo! We picked up another, this is about 20, I think when I did it on Find My Lot, it's about 23.5 acre condo association. Right now they've got, they've got big company out there, national size company out there. They're letting them go, and they hired us, and we start next week. So we're really excited about that. We actually do a property, and this is technically it's in another city. It's Fleming Island in Jacksonville. Okay, Jacksonville is weird because it's so big that we don't consider anything else a city, a different city. I mean, that's around it, or a different county. It's weird, but we have like Clay County, Fleming Island, Orange Park, all that stuff. We still consider all of that Jacksonville, even though a lot of it's technically not. But it's just so big. So for us, when we drive to Fleming Island, it doesn't feel like we're driving technically to a different county or anything. Which I know when you're in small areas, counties can be, really small, but here Duval County is the largest. Okay, so Jacksonville's the largest city land-wise in the U.S. So driving somewhere here is no big deal, where everybody's used to it. So we do drive out to this place, Fleming Island, and you guys have seen this condo that we do out here a few times, and it's the only place it's the only one that's out here this far that we drive to. We drive even farther though. We go to St. Augustine to do another property, but this particular area called Fleming Island, we only do one big property out there. So we picked up a second big property out there because of that property. They're friends and they referred us and they really like the work. So they let the big dogs go, and they're bringing us in. We don't start it, for like another week, but one of the residents there wants some irrigation capped because they're having a like a patio put in, so they just need somebody to cap the irrigation. So I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna go cap it for them, and I'm gonna be nice, and if it's no big deal and just takes a second, I'm probably not gonna charge them, even though I should, and all that stuff, time, money, everything. But it's, getting the good graces, of everybody. But definitely, there is a fine line with doing something for free and people taking advantage of it. I mean, God knows I could talk about that stuff all day long, man. I don't know how many times I have shot myself in the foot over the years, and I quit doing it. Well, contradicting myself right now, but I did quit doing it overall. Like, used to do so much free stuff for people, and honestly, man, it even with people you thought would never ever fire you for any reason, for no matter what the reason, I have had clients in the past, like they've had neighbors' friends or sons' friends or something, and they're like, well, you're doing really good, so we're gonna give him a chance and thank for everything that you've ever done. And like, I used to go and do so much stuff it would probably make you throw up that I used to do for free for people. So I quit doing that stuff. On occasion, just like any company will do sometimes. I mean, even our phone companies, our electric companies with water, when you're filling up a pool, give you a credit. We're brand new to the property. Board member needs something done. I did use the words like, this time I don't mind coming out. If it's something small, I'll just take care of it for you. Don't worry about it. So I'm going to go do this for them, and then see if we can show you guys the property. And I'll talk more about the property and honestly why the company is no longer doing the property. And it's a beautiful place, man. And honestly, it looks so easy. We have properties that are not easy, and they're a monster. And it's like every week, man. It's like if you miss 1 week because of weather, God help us, man. It is just a nightmare cleaning up, and it looks like your property was abandoned from being missed 1 week. Some of these properties are so intense that you just can't miss a week for anything. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I might be exaggerating. They don't look abandoned after they now missed for a week, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, man. You know what I mean. So this place, I just don't. I went out there, you know, to walk the property and do the bid, and the company was there. You gotta love when that happens. And I'm like, hey, do you want me to? Do you want to just plan this another day? And they're like, no, I could care less if they're here. She's like, I actually want them to see you here. And I'm like, okay, I mean, it doesn't bother me, you know. So it did get back to me later that that people in the company, I know, you know, it's a huge city, or it's a huge town, but a lot of us know each other. But I was kind of getting crap talked, like who the F is Beach River Landscapes and all that stuff. So that's happened like 3 times this year, because we are stepping on big toes. I don't want to say that little fish in a big pond stuff, but that's exactly what we are, okay? But we, in the scheme of doing commercial properties like condo associations, and not just commercial properties. I'm not talking about, you know, apartment. I mean, like office building spaces or anything like that. And that stuff's legit and awesome, and easy, and usually pretty easy to keep. I'm talking about apartment complexes, condo associations. So that is just something that here, no matter how many landscapers there are in this town, and there's a lot. I mean, there is a lot. There's a lot, but there's tons of work here. I tell this to people all the time, and I've had local guys give me crap because they watch a channel. Like, you shouldn't tell people that, but I don't care, man. I mean, there's enough fruit for everybody. This town is the second, you know, the second fastest developing city in America. The landscape opportunities and lawn maintenance opportunities here are ridiculous. If you are, I'm not recruiting for Jacksonville, I'm just saying, like, brother to brother, brother to sister, if you want to do lawn maintenance, landscaping, and you're in a city and you're thinking about moving and you want to find a place to go, Jacksonville, Florida. You cannot not succeed here in lawn maintenance and landscape unless you just don't want to. I don't care what anybody tells you here. I mean, there are people that's like, oh, I can't get this and I can't get that, and I just can't, you know, I've only have, you know, 15 clients for the last 3 years. And that's that same person that's not showing up when they say they're going to show up. That's the same person that it sprinkles outside, and so they take the whole week off. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm just telling you, I'm not trying to be, you know, I'm not trying to be a douche, skadoosh or anything. I'm not trying to crap talk anybody. I'm just saying that, like, there are a lot of people here that I know that act like they cannot succeed in this industry, and it's the people I know that say that, there's a reason why. They do not apply themselves, man, at all. But this in this industry, I always say it's a mirror thing. Like, you get back what you put in. I mean, consider it like a 401k. You put in, you get back equal. That's pretty much with landscape lawn maintenance. But it's just, it's a good city to work in. That's all I'm saying. You know, we have nice views. This right here is the Buckman Bridge. This bridge right here causes and is responsible for so many accidents. It's insane. People have jumped off this bridge, committed suicide. Something is always flying off a truck, trailer out here. This is like the cursed bridge. Unfortunately, I'm gonna knock on wood. Nothing's ever happened while we've driven over it. All right, so we're gonna pull up to this property. I don't have a gate code to get in yet, so I gotta wait for her. I'm gonna go fix this up, and then I'll drive you guys around the property and let you see our new place. I like the way that sounds. We're gonna take you inside here. We're gonna let you see our new place, eh? All right, guys, so we're out here on a brand new property that we start in about a week. I came out here to, like I said, check out this sweet lady's irrigation. She's having a paver walkway put in. She thought she only had one head. Ended up finding out that she actually has several heads. She just didn't know. So I'm gonna have to go through, wow. Anyways, I'm gonna have to go through, turn on the irrigation system, and find out where all the heads are. We're gonna have to turn everything on. Not familiar with the irrigation out here yet because we haven't been here on the property to service anything. So I'm just gonna have to go through everything until I find her unit, and then we'll go from there. So I do want to show you guys the property, and I'm over here at the mail kiosk, and I just noticed something, and I'm just saying, guys, this is the reason why they're losing the property and why we are gaining the property. I'm just going to show you and tell me what you see that's wrong. They were here yesterday. Okay, they were here yesterday, and they edged this. It's tied up against here, and then the edge comes way off there. They didn't even finish blowing it off. Look at this. Look at this, man. Like, look at that grass runner that's growing out into the road. That's just crazy. Sorry you couldn't hear me. That's just crazy. But that's the reason why they're losing the property. So you come up here, and you will see where they just don't even hit everything with a weed eater. Check this out. Like, look right there. Look at that. Nobody's edging it. Nobody's touching it with a weed eater. They're just leaving all that grown up. If this is in your way, take some hedge trimmers and wall this up out of your way, man. I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to act like I do everything right, man. We screw up and we don't do stuff right. But I tell you what, though, we don't leave a property like this ever. We'd never leave a property. I've had it to where it has poured down rain. Guys have put on raincoats. I've come out and put on a raincoat before I just leave an edge line like this, not blown or something. It rained yesterday, but for a couple hours. You know what I mean? Like, that was it. And it rained in the morning. So everything else looks like it was blown off or cleaned up, but they left the mail kiosk where everybody comes to check their mail. Look, this is the other side. Look at that. That's just crazy, man. Same thing over here. Check this out. They're not edging this. They're not edging that. Check this out right here. See what I'm saying? Look at that. They're not edging anything. I mean, they're not edging everything they should be edging. So the property's really nice, though. It's, like I said, it's about 23 acres. You have the entrance right there. And it actually shares, my brother actually owns a condo around the corner. But it actually shares, this is the south, and then there's a north end. And Brightview does the north end out once you go outside the gate and keep going. There's a whole, like, you see all those condos over there. I don't know if you can see them. But anyway, there's a bunch of condos over there. They do those, and this side is their own. They didn't want to go with them. And then the other company that they let go is a really big company. They let them go. But, like, look at, you see the turf, it's just, there's just weeds everywhere. It's just weeds, 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 weeds. Not spraying the beds. There's weeds like in all the beds, like around the property. There's just a bunch of weeds around all that stuff. You know, as far as like super detailing and everything, they just really haven't been doing the job that they get paid to do. So we're going to do it. But there's a couple of retention ponds out here. Let's see, how many units are, yeah, there's like two units. Looks like 2 units per building. 2 units per building, and I forgot, I counted how many buildings there were out here, but I forgot. But anyways, there's 2 units per building, and they're kind of set up, you know, they're set up like houses, you know. That's kind of like the feel and why everybody really likes it out here, because they're set up like homes. The landscaping and the way that the garages and everything are set up, it's kind of feels like a house, their own house. So a lot of owners out here, they take tons of pride and everything that they do out here, all their landscaping and all that. It's an older community, so you guys know how involved everybody really can be. So we just want to make them happy. We want to do our part, and we want to give them what they're paying for. Like there's a couple of retention ponds. There's a big retention pond in the back that way, and then there's one over here, and that's about it. Otherwise, it's like just a big rectangle, and that's it, man. I'll do a little drive around, let you guys just check it out real quick. So they have a big court area. I call them courts. They have a big court area in between what I call the center court. Now we have buildings that wrap. You have these buildings that wrap around this way, go all the way around into a horseshoe, into those buildings over there. Then you have this center block of buildings, and I call that like the court. So you have these set of buildings here, and you have this horseshoe set of buildings. You can see there's tons to trim. There's tons of trimming everywhere. You see what I'm saying, where they're all set up like their houses. I like it a lot. I like doing communities like this. I like this a little bit better than your typical apartment complex or condo complex. These condo associations can be a bit more demanding, but I really like the layout of them, and I like doing them. So we'll keep all the trees lifted, like about 10 feet, which they've been doing that. That's good. They've been trimming a lot of stuff, which is good. Just their edging, weeds all on the turf, and their lack of spraying or paying attention to weeds in all the beds has been a big issue. So over there, you can see where that opens up. Here, let me zoom in there. That opens up back there. You can see the water. There's a big retention pond that goes from there. Let's see if I can get that over there. So it goes from there, and it goes around the back there. So there we go. You can get a good look of it there. And then there's a retention pond back behind here. So you can see where it runs over there. Or is that the second one? Yeah, that's the second retention pond. They're kind of catacornered from each other. So that's it right there. Let me get out and see if we can go take a look at it real quick. We're gonna go take a walk through here. Look at all these weeds. Check this out. Yeah, it's just everywhere on the property. Just everywhere. So you can see where the beds get really bad. And like I said, nobody's perfect. We've had times where our beds have weeds in them and all that. You just gotta make sure you stay on top of it. You gotta recognize an issue and you have to handle it. All right, so this is the retention pond. Okay, so it actually, I think we run, all right, yeah, it runs to that black wrought iron fence that's down there. Yeah, I don't know if it captures that, but it runs to that black wrought iron fence down there, and it comes this way. And then it goes down there a bit. And yeah, then there's another one. So we don't do the other side or anything. So that's just a quick glimpse of it. I know it's kind of hard to capture what something looks like through a camera, but just really excited at the opportunities, and the chance to grow our business. We do want to grow it at a certain level, a certain size, and then stop. I have no interest in growing our business to multiple cities or anything like that. That's just so far off anyways. But we have had opportunities through friends, to take over associations in Orlando, Daytona, something like that. But man, we have a hard enough time hiring guys and keeping track of it in town. There is no way in hell I want anything to do with just running a crew or two outside of a town that I do not live in or I cannot get to within 30 or 40 minutes. You know what I'm saying? No way. No thanks. But I appreciate friends having confidence in me like that, you know, trying to hook that up. That's great. All about relationships, man. All of it. You know, no matter how small or tedious the dollar amount is or how small you think the client is, it's still all relationship. Even if you don't have a relationship personally, that's still a sense of a relationship, and that you don't hear from them, they don't hear from you, which means they're satisfied. So their relationship, even at that level, is I have a landscaper, I don't really know him, he does a good job, that's the extent of our relationship. So, you know, that works too. And then we have people that, you know, we give hugs to, that, you know, Leah makes, you know, like a lot of baskets and, you know, treats and things like that for people. All that stuff's good. So relationships, if I could, you know, encourage anything when it comes to how to grow your business, is learning how to have relationships with, you know, your clients, your customers. That's just really important. So we've also picked up another property. We're about to start another property as well, and we're really excited, and we're waiting on two other ones. They're smaller, which is great, which is fine with me. One is a home association common area, like just a kind of a big entrance area, and then they've got 2 retention ponds. And then the other one is like a famous kind of building name. It's an old library that was turned into condos, and it's gorgeous, man. It's beautiful. So it's just a one building. It's like 2 city blocks, so it's really small. I mean, it's not small, that's big. I'm not trying to say, you know, it's got to be 30 acres, 20 acres for it to not be big. I mean, that's big, you know, like a city block is big, you know, a big house is big, but it's, you know, it's a good sized property to where we can be in there basically probably an hour and a half and we're gone. And this home association thing, maybe two hours. And we're gone, and the pay is going to be great on both of them. But, you know, having the opportunity to grow our business has just been, it's been an emotional roller coaster, man. It's been, you know, to have a lot of stuff, you know, to have tons of clients, to have a life that you don't think is ever going to change, or you don't think is, you know, going to be different, or you know, you think you're just going to grow on it, and then have that basically like shattered, you know what I mean, where you're sitting in that moment, a bunch of moments, and you're like, what am I going to do? How am I going to do this? It can be very depressing. It can be very dark. It can definitely put you in a place that makes you doubt yourself. But I can tell you from personal experience, literally, you can't ever let it do that to you. You can't ever think that you're not going to be able to accomplish something that you had that you lost, or make anything better, because you can. And this time around, the part that I play, and you know, our business, I'm doing it better than I've ever done it before, because I'm able to turn off the bad, focus on the good, but be able to switch on the bad when I need to, only to have learned from it. So there are a lot of things that I will never do the same again, that I have not done the same. And it's just focusing on your strong suits. And that's what we do. Like, that's what Beach River Landscapes is. It's definitely focusing forward. That's what we do. There's nothing wrong with criticizing yourself. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I should have done this better. I should have done that better. I could have done this, or I could have done that. Nothing wrong with that at all. That's what growth is for. That's what growth is. So I really hope the best for all of you, guys and girls. I really do. I love success for people. I do. I love success for people. I really wish that everybody was successful. I wish that no one struggled, you know. All that does is just make everything better in my eyes. But I think that it's an amazing feeling to be able to come out of something, you know, that I came out of, and to be where we are today, and to know where we're going is priceless to me. There's no account that can, you know, pay me enough to suffice that feeling. It's I'm very humbled by it. I'm excited. I love being able to provide for my family. It's just, there's just not a better feeling to me at all. You know, Leah does this with me. She does her part, and her part's huge. I do my part. My part's huge. You know, it's like to have a team, you know, or if you do it by yourself, you know, it doesn't matter. But to be able to work and see results and support a lifestyle, you know, no matter what level lifestyle it is ultimately the whole point of me breathing. I have kids and I want them to be happy. I don't want them to struggle like I did growing up. I mean, there's nothing fun about that. Like, there's nothing fun about like mixing chocolate pudding in a cup to, you know, to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing cool about being, you know, that humbled. All right. I've been there. I've done that. That's how I grew up. My mom did the best she could, man. But ultimately, you know, I don't want the life that I had growing up for my kids. So it chaps me, man, when I just see lazy people. That's a huge pet peeve of mine, man, just lazy. But I also make sure that as a dad, that my daughters know how lucky they are to have anything, how lucky they are to be a part of a good family, and how a good family is more important than any toy, any gift, any trip, anything. So anyways, I think I'm getting all mushy and crap. I really hope you guys have a good one. I hope you guys are out there killing it. I hope that 2018 just blows it up for you guys. I hope you guys make everything happen that you're trying to make happen. Just do not get discouraged, man. Do not get discouraged. Work your ass off, and it'll happen. Peace.
Is it your green eyes? Is it the way you cry? The way you come over me? Yeah, the way it should be. Was it the way you laughed? The point of no turning back. Must have been your sweet tea. Maybe the way you love me. And I know what I know. This kind of love could outlast time. The kind that makes your tears taste like wine. I want a lifetime to spend it with you. We're like two kids living in a sandbox. Watch the world tick by through a clock. Don't let your heart become a liar. You lit my whole world on fire. I'm not alone. The world is something new when I'm lying next to you. When we have a big fight, you tell me everything's gonna be alright. Found you in a sweet dream must be the way you touch me. And I know what I know. This kind of love could outlast time. The kind that makes your tears taste like wine. I want a lifetime to spend it with you. We're like two kids living in a sandbox. Watch the world tick by through a clock. Don't let your heart become a liar. You lit my whole world on fire. Lit my whole world on fire. Was it your green eyes? Was it the way you smiled? The way you came over me? Yeah, the way